Hi, welcome to BTEC Sport at the Allen School. My name is David Campbell.
And I'm Leanne Jenkins, and we're in charge of delivering the course to our BTEC students along with some other members of our department. Okay, just a few little things about how the BTEC course is organised at the Allen School Sixth Form. So the BTEC National is equivalent to 1 A-level. We have 5 hours of teaching per week, so you'll have 5 hours of contact time with your members of staff every single week. We will teach you 4 units over the 2 years. You'll do 2 in Year 12 and 2 in Year 13. We try and deliver the course through a mixture of practical and theory to keep your motivation and your interest levels up. And the course is divided up into assignments, 1 exam and 1 controlled assessment.
Okay, at the beginning of Year 12, the first unit that you'll be looking at with myself is Unit 1, Anatomy and Physiology. Within this unit, there are a number of different modules you'll be looking at, which go from the skeletal system, muscular system, the respiratory system, the cardiovascular system, and energy systems. This unit is an assessment-based, but it's an exam assessment-based unit that you'll be sitting at the end of the year, and that exam is 1.5 hours long. This is one of the biggest units that you'll be looking at, and therefore we spend a lot of time in Year 12 looking at this unit. Within this unit, we try and mix the teaching styles as much as we can, so we look at some practical-based lessons, which go from taking our heart rate down in the sports centre gym to dissecting heart and lungs, as well as the theory-based lessons where we try and get you to work in small groups as well as complete some independent and individual tasks. Now, some of you will have had some prior knowledge of studying similar units at GCSE, but that is not essential for BTEC Sport, as every module in this unit, we start right from the beginning and we go through those basic levels of knowledge right through to the more complex areas of the unit as well. This is a fantastic unit for anybody looking at going to university to study sport science, sport exercise science, and maybe want to go into a job role such as physiotherapy. If you are studying A-level P as well, this BTEC Sport, this unit, works and links in quite nicely to that, as you'll be studying very similar content on both. So we do get some students who are studying PE, A-level and BTEC Sport as well.
Within Year 12, we also study Unit 7, which is the practical sports performance. Within this unit, we look at an individual sport, so you can choose one that you feel confident with, and then we do a team sport as a whole class. The last couple of years, we have looked at volleyball, as this sets everybody's level at the same sort of basic level. Within the units, you will look at your own performance, look at the skills, techniques and tactics that you can perform, and you also look at analysing your performance as well. So we'll look at some SWOT analysis, performance profile, as well as looking at some critical analysis of your data. This assignment is all based on coursework. So you will hand your coursework into myself. It was internally marked and internally assessed.
Okay, so in Year 13, we start to look at Unit 2, which is the fitness training programming for health, sport and well-being. Within this unit, we look at the physical, mental and social health of a client, but as well as that, we also look at the diet of a client, their training methods, their sleep and their stress. So we're looking at the whole lifestyle of an individual. Your job is to look at a number of scenarios, look at a number of case studies and be able to provide some guidance on trying to improve the well-being of an individual. The teaching styles for this unit are very similar to Unit 1 in that we try and mix our practical side of teaching with theory, so you might be going to gymnasiums and looking at lifestyle questionnaires, as well as looking at some case studies within lessons and working as an individual and also in some groups as well to decide on what we need to do to change somebody's lifestyle. The exam is a controlled assessment, which means that you will get some information before the exam, which you can take into the exam to help you, but however it is externally marked.
In Year 13, we also look at Unit 3, which is professional development within the sports industry. This is also an assignment-based piece of work, so it's coursework which is internally assessed. Within this unit, we will be looking at investigating and researching the various elements of the sports industry. So we'll look at the economy, sports retail, sports medicine, etc. The main focus of the unit is you researching different careers within the sports industry, careers that you are hopefully interested in, and looking at what you need to follow that career pathway. The second part of the assignment is actually taking part in a mock interview process. We set this up with Oral Leisure Centre, and you'll go through the whole application process of applying for the job, completing a CV and an application form, and actually taking part in an interview with somebody from the Leisure Centre. We video, record you taking part in this interview, and the final part of the assessment then is you analysing how you performed within that process. So it's a really good unit to help build up your confidence into some real life scenarios. For those of you who've not done BTEC courses before, at the end of each unit you are awarded a grade. The grades that are awarded are a pass, which is obviously the lowest level, a merit, mid-level and distinction. These are all weighted slightly differently. So in terms of the end of the 2 years, all these past merits and distinctions are added up and equated to an overall grade. So you'll come out with a pass, which is an E grade equivalent at A level, merit is a C grade, and distinction is an A grade. There's also a possibility of achieving a distinction star. In order to put this into context for your UCAS applications, as I said, it's all equivalent to one A level, so the points are exactly the same. So an E grade at A level or a pass at BTEC is worth 16 points for UCAS, merit C grade 32, and your distinction A is 48. If you do get distinction star, it is 52.
So myself and Mr. Jenkins have said as much as we can really about the course, trying to attract you to join in September, but we feel that it's best for you to listen to some current students on the course. So the following 4 students that you will listen to are students who are currently studying their BTEC sport, and they're in year 13, so I hope that you enjoy listening to what they've got to say about the course.
First of all, I've really enjoyed learning about Unit 1 and learning about how the body responds to different types of exercise. I thought that's really enjoyable. I also enjoyed learning deeply about the sport industry and how outside the sport classroom the actual sport industry runs and how it works. I found that really useful in my job going forward and what I'd hope to achieve going forward. Well, this course has enabled me and given me the knowledge to apply to a university course, which I'm hoping to attend in Sheffield Hallam, about the sport business and how business takes part in sport. So the Unit 3 of sport industry has really helped me and allowed me to gain knowledge on this aspect.
So we learned about volleyball and badminton, which is something I wouldn't in my own time, so it's good to try something new. We learned about the rules, regulations, referees, dress code, and it was better than something like in other subjects we have to just sit down, not getting as interacted, and it was really enjoyable.
It's definitely challenging. I wouldn't say it's easy, but the support from the teachers has been great. Everything that I've needed help with, they've helped without hesitation. The course has been really fun. It's really interactive compared to a lot of other subjects. Like we do things like heart dissections and practical lessons. With the Unit 7, learning about volleyball, which again is not something I'd normally learn about. We did practical lessons every week, so we actually learn how to play it, and then we also learn like how it goes on, so the rules, the regulations, and all things like that.
I've really enjoyed taking part in Unit 1 in anatomy and physiology, being able to apply it to my swimming performances outside of school, and then I'm looking to go to university to study sport and exercise science, hopefully in Nottingham or maybe Edinburgh, Stirling. So I'd like to be able to apply it further and learn more about anatomy and physiology at university.